Okay, like I said before, I got the phone. You know what I mean? United States self-efficient. You know what I mean? They have enough oil. You know, and you need to understand. You know, the government that you put in comfort on. You know what I mean? Listen, and I know a lot of you. You know, a lot of people will prefer to, you know, get this comfort lie. You know, that will give you hope. Hey, you know, things are gonna get better. Things are gonna be okay. You know what I mean? It's okay. It's okay. You know what I mean? Things are gonna get better. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Everything is fine and good. You know, instead of listening to the hard truth, you know, things are only gonna get worse. They will not ever get better. You know what I mean? Stop, you know what I mean, thinking about tomorrow. You know, while you living on today, you need to be self-efficient. You know what I mean? You need to be self-efficient. You know, like I said, you look at your surrounding. You know what I mean? The babies, you know what I mean? They don't have formula, but it's ironic. I have to tell you this. It's ironic, like when they start the war versus we. Which causes which they start to making restrictions on abortion, right? You know what I mean? But you already know people who's wise and understand, you know, already know the government only want the people to be depopulated, okay? Which means that abortion, it was legal because it's less people. Now they're trying to bring it to the Supreme Court. You know, in the Supreme Court itself, you know, it seems like it might be a goal. But like I said, it's ironic how like baby formula are missing. So which means to tell me like, so how's the baby's gonna be nourished? How is the baby gonna be efficient and develop the proper way with their brain, food for their brain and stuff like that? How is the baby gonna get that proper nourishment? You know, that's when the, you know, that's why they, you know what I mean, they try to you know what I mean, take over, you know what I mean, abortion. You know, I'm not for abortion, by the way. You know, I don't. You know, these people, they going out there, you know what I mean, fighting for the right, not for freedom, fighting for the right to kill. But it's amazing how you can twist it and put it in somebody's head and program them, you know, yeah, it's about women rights, it's women rights, it's women rights, you know. And they're going mad and crazy about it. You know what I mean? Woman right, woman right. You know, I seen this pastor who's like going like ham on this pastor. You know, like because he's saying like, you know, abortion is killing, it's a sin, and so on and so on. You know what I mean? No, I'm not gonna continue on this, but you have to understand. You know, your president, its purpose is to destroy. This is the president. You have to understand, all the president out there, at least the last president, they're the one who created the monster which is today, with the help with its media. They're the one, every time they have a presidency, they end up brainwashed and accumulate thoughts and ideas in the people's head. You know, president after president, you know what I mean, until they have side. You know, once they have opposite sides start, you know what I mean, combining or going against each other. Okay? Not combined, but you know what I mean, you know, versus each other. You know, so now the craziness, the way the people are, you know, like, you know, I have rights, but once they have their rights, I want your right, I want your right. You know what I mean? It's like you know, there was a movement, you know, on women's right, but women's right overtaking rights. There was a movement with LGBT rights, but LGBT right overtaking, you know what I mean, the normal people right. You know, it comes to this timeline, you know what I mean, where, you know what I mean, men can be a woman and play a woman's sport and humiliate females. You know what I mean? You know, these females, they out there, you know what I mean, training, you know what I mean, all this time only to end up losing. You know, is this not fair? It's not. You know what I mean? All these presidents, they accumulate, you know, the people's thought, the people's to pick a side, and then the people to come and verse each other. So all these things that's going on in Russia, you know what I mean, let me say this too. This is the same thing when it comes to human rights. How a parent can go to bring their kids in school only for their kids to say, hey, my teacher dressed me like a girl, because she felt the need to think that not the parents have the right to choose that what the parents want for their kids. You know what I mean? The system, not the government wants to take over on parents' right. You know what I mean? That's why when they put this law, don't say gay right. What is don't say gay right? Don't say gay right is giving the parent the choice to not allow their kids to the, I call myself, you know what I mean, carbohydrate. You know, so I prefer the term name carbohydrate. You know what I mean? So allow their kids to not feel with this confusion. You know, all it is confusion. You know what I mean? You know, that's why it's called, you know what I mean, it's LGBTQ plus, because the plus is a continuing thing. You know what I mean? Whatever idiotic needs to be set on that, you know what I mean, they will continue. There are people, I feel that, you know what I mean, even though they choose to be gay, but they might not have a normal head, you know what I mean, because, you know, because this thing that the LGBTQ is going outrage is continuing to, you know, they wanted to even put the pedophile on there, you know what I mean, but that's something it would take time for people to accept, you know what I mean, you know, everything takes time. Eventually people would accept that, trust me, you know what I mean. This world, you can't program them. You know, once you continue to say something loud enough, for a long period of time, you know what I mean, people are tend to believe it, even though it's not the truth. The truth is not the truth anymore. Disinformation, misinformation, you know what I mean, is to hide the truth. What's going on in Ukraine is to hide the truth. But what it is today, you know what I mean, what I don't quite to understand, you know, the American people, they going down. All this sanction on Russia only, you know what I mean, creating destructions to the American people. You know what I mean? Like I said, fuel, gas, houses going high, everything's going high. You know what I mean? The economy is, you know what I mean, is going down. You know, everything is going down. So what are presidents supposed to do in a situation like this? You know, make some decision that can, you know what I mean, help the businesses and stuff like that to bring back the economy. Or B, send billions of dollars to Ukraine, you know. But guess what this president decided to do? You know, they